I'm hopeful that when every senator looks and talks to their citizens of their state like I do, and they talk to families that can't afford gas or can't afford the food or see all sorts of prices go up and empty shelves, they're going to say to themselves, we've got to stop what we're doing because what the Democrats are doing is not working. Inflation's up. It seems like every manufacturer I talk to are seeing double-digit price increases. It's impacting poor families. So I hope that every senator says, hey, we can't do this. It hurts our poor families. And then you look at what the CBO put out on Friday. I mean, this is going to increase our debt by $3 trillion. $3 trillion. That's not insignificant. So I hope Joe Manchin and others say to themselves, we've got to put this on hold. We've got to get control of inflation. We've got to quit hurting poor families. That's exactly what this is doing.
Well, Senator, Manchin is not going to switch parties. You see that bandied about once in a while, and he says that's not true. So, I mean, he caucuses with the Democrats. He's going to come around in some fashion. I'm wondering what you think that looks like. And you don't look for anyone else. We had Senator Mark Warner on last week, and I asked him about the actual costs and programs, and he was fully willing to say, I'm looking at the CBO, and I will accept what, that gives him cover. I'll look at what the CBO says, even though it's GIGO. You give them, these numbers are just going to, the other side's just going to be the numbers you gave them when they come out. But that didn't matter to him, one iota. So, there's only one or two people standing on that side that are throwing a wrench in the works. Tester's not going to. Warner's not going to. And Manchin, he better have some broad shoulders. He's not going to be able to withstand this pressure.
Well, I sure hope so. I mean, I hope he can, because it's not good for families. And by the way, given what $600 billion of tax cuts to rich people in California and New York and other states like that, and cutting Medicaid for poor families in Florida, that's exactly what that bill is doing. It's cutting Medicaid for charity hospitals in a bunch of states and giving tax cuts to the rich. I mean, you can't be doing this stuff. This is not the way this ought to work. But my biggest concern is this unbelievable inflation and this unbelievable debt. There's a day of reckoning in all of this debt.
So you think that like Kevin Warsh, I don't know if you saw that piece, but you don't think it's transitory supply chain issues resulting from some of the ports, some of the supply chain issues over where in Southeast Asia and elsewhere, the ports in Los Angeles. That's adding to all of it. That has nothing to do with Congress or the Fed.
Paying people not to work. That's what our government has done. To create programs that have no accountability. That you don't. I mean, we're telling people you don't have to work or look for work, and we're gonna. You can be dependent on your fellow citizens. That doesn't work. And by the way, if this was solvable, why didn't the Secretary of Transportation get on a plane, go out to Port of Long Beach and solve it? I don't get what this administration is doing. They don't worry about the border. They don't worry about inflation. They don't worry about the supply chain. It's just like, what are you working on? Tell me something you're trying to get done. Nothing's happening right now with this administration.